Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with some free reads. Really quickly, if you do decide to donate, you can skip the line for $5, but I do have a new rule that if anyone pre-orders, meaning that their donations were sent before the live started, they are immune to the skip the line. It's really their only defense, and it's just a way to honor that if you want to get your donation in advance, that gives you an advantage to do it that way. But otherwise, skip the lines apply, and it's only $5 to do so. The free readings tonight are going to be pendulum yes no, so make sure that your question is in a yes no format. And it looks like we are picking up speed here. Mature Dallas, Holly, hello, how are you? Kevin, welcome in. Zhao, how are you? Galilea, welcome in. Is this your first time here? Holly doing good. Zhao doing good. Awesome. Nisha, hello. Welcome in. Hi, Sienna. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to kick this off with Holly. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to kick this off with Mature. Holly will be next after that. Mature was actually the first yes, no that we've got on here. Then Zhao, then Kevin, then Lily. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. Make sure you do so. It's the only thing I ask if in exchange for a free reading. I understand not everyone can pay for readings with me, so it's the only thing I ask. If you feel inclined to, feel free to share me out as well, but it's not necessary. Then I have Sienna on the free, Galilea on the free, Nisha as well. Hi, Ashley, Holly. I also have Ashley on the free. So we got 9 questions. Let's go ahead and get started. This is for Mature. Mature says, is this Capricorn still in love with me? Is the Capricorn still in love with Mature, please? Is the Capricorn still in love with Mature? I am getting a yes, Mature. I am getting a big yes. Holly says, do you see me getting a promotion at work? Do we see Holly getting a promotion at work? I am getting a yes, Holly. This is for Zhao. Good evening. Will my Aries TQ contact me by the end of this month? Will Aries TQ contact Zhao by the end of this month? By the end of April? All right, Zhao, I am getting a no. Kevin, does Akshat think about expressing his romantic feelings for Kevin? Does he think about expressing his romantic feelings for Kevin? Kevin, I have a little yes for you, so I think these thoughts are swirling around his mind. This is for Lily. Thank you for liking. Will Lily marry the person on their mind? Lily wants to know. Will Lily marry the person on their mind? Lily, I'm getting a no. It's not a big no, but it is a no. So I think right now, unless things change, unless different choices are made, I think that you might need to look into considering a new life partner for yourself. All right, this is for Siana. Keep in mind if you plan on donating, the donations are only open for an hour tonight. All right, Siana says, will I get an apartment this year in November? Siana, your question was already starting to get answered before I even asked it. I am getting a no, Siana. After Siana, we have Galilea, Nisha, Ashley, Lily. Thank you so much. Yes, please like the stream. You're welcome, Mature. Hey, Margaret, welcome in. You're welcome, Holly. Oh, I just lost my place. El Burrow. I don't know what you're asking. Oh, I see. You fixed your question. Okay. Got it. Got it. After Lily, we have Margaret, then El Burrow. Holly, yes, I have rods. I use dowsing rods, pendulums, tarot cards, oracle cards, and then I also read off script, so I don't necessarily need tools of divination to get the answers, but I just feel they heighten my intuition, so that's why I use them. I'm an energy reader and a channeler as well. Channeling is one of my strengths, I would say. Let's see. After Alburo, I have Daya. You're welcome, Kevin. You're welcome, Lily. You're welcome, Siana. Margaret, thank you for liking the stream. Marta, I am doing well. How are you? Hey, Poonam, welcome in. After Daya, I have Marta. Holly, that's right. You did tell me you did some readings. You got your first paid reading recently. That's awesome. I'm glad that I could give you that that confirmation. All right. So next up we have Galilea. All right. Will Roger propose to Galilea this year? Will Roger or Roher propose to Galilea this year, 2024? Galilea, I am going to say yes, but I'm not confident in that yes. I feel like next year might be more likely. I think that there's still some things that are being worked out right now with that. So I can't say for sure. But I feel like it's definitely possible. Bye, Holly. Marta, glad to hear you're doing well. All right, this is for Nisha. Will I hear from Elle before April ends? Will Nisha hear from Elle before April ends? Nisha, I'm getting a yes for you. Poonam, I have your question. You're welcome, Galilea. I wish I could give you a more concrete answer. A lot of times, whenever I can't, it just means that the decision hasn't come to pass yet, meaning that they're still deciding. Or it means that this is supposed to be like a divine surprise to you, and they don't want you to know everything, but maybe the soft yes, I would call it, that I got is just to give you some encouragement. All right, this is for Ashley. Keep the faith, Galilea. Is F jealous of Ashley? Is F jealous of Ashley? Ashley, I am getting a yes. Margaret. Will Margaret be able to travel to Florida in December? Margaret, we're going to go December of this year, is what I'm assuming. 2024. Will Margaret be able to travel to Florida in December 2024? Margaret, yes, there will be opportunity for you to do this. El Burrow. Will I get hired on my interview next week? El Burrow has an interview next week on Tuesday. They want to know if they're going to get hired from this. Will they get hired from this? El Burrow, I'm getting a yes for you. All right, this is for Daya. Does T like Daya romantically? Daya, I'm getting a yes. Marta. Will Salvatore reconcile with Marta soon because he loves her? Will Salvatore reconcile with Marta soon because he loves her? Marta, I'm getting a no. I feel like that was kind of like a two-part question. I think we should have just asked flat out, will he reconcile with you soon? Just to get a clear-cut answer, because I feel like Spirit was trying to answer both questions, that he loves you and that's the reason why he would do this. So I'm getting a no right now, but maybe we'll be a little bit more black and white asking next time to see if I can get any more information for you. All right, so this is for Poonam. I am going to go ahead and close the list. We'll move on to donations after this. If you got your question in before I posted that the list is closed, congratulations. I will still answer your question. You're welcome, Marta. All right, let's see where we're at. Poonam is next. Then I have Daisha. You're welcome, Ashley. You're welcome, Galilea. Margaret said yes, so good. Glad that was correct. Nisha, you're welcome, of course. Oreo is next after Daisha. Sag Girl, hello and welcome in. May, of course, you can be added. I see your question. Sag is after that. Then we have May. May is the last person I'm going to read for. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. All right, this is for Poonam. Crow's Nest, if you're here and you want to get started, let me know and we can go ahead and shuffle for you soon. Poonam says, does Sanjib sir think I'm a good person? Poonam, I'm getting a yes for you for your question. Daisha. Will abundance come in and get a financial blessing for Daisha? Will Daisha get a financial blessing? Ooh, Daisha, I'm getting a yes for you on that one. All right, Oreo cookies. You're welcome, Poonam. Oreo Cookies says, is my person traveling to see me this year to have intimacy? Oreo's person, are they traveling to see them this year to have intimacy? Oreo, I'm getting a yes on that one for you. Sag Girl. Sag Girl says, am I going right? Winning PCH lotto numbers. I feel like Spirit understands what you're asking. I don't fully understand, but I'm gonna see what they have to say. Is this a yes or no for Sag Girl? What she wants to know, please show me a yes or a no for Sag Girl. Sag Girl, I am getting a no for that one. May Hooper. You're welcome, Oreo. May Hooper is my last one of the night for free. If you are a new subscriber to me today, I will answer your question, but you must be new to me today for a free reading. It's a pendulum reading tonight. All right, so this is for May. Will Tori ask to get back into a relationship for May or with May? Will Tori ask to get back into a relationship with May? May, I'm getting a no for you. The reason why we have been going back to yes/no readings lately, because sometimes I'll do one card pools with tarot, sometimes I'll do yes/no with tarot, sometimes I'll do yes/no with rod, sometimes I'll do yes/no with pendulum. But I've had a lot of growth on my channel lately. We've got a lot of free reads in the beginning, and it was going. I was having to cut the free list time in half because it was taking me so long to get through everyone's questions. So it will switch up. Every night will be different. There will be free readings no matter what, but it just depends on what's going on that night, what we end up doing. All right, so I'm messaging Crow's Nest in hopes that she can join us soon. You're welcome, May. All right, we're looking for Crow's Nest. She's first on the list. Crow's Nest, if you're here, please let me know. We're going to give her about a minute to check in with me, and then we're going to move on to our next donation, which is James. Okay, Crow's Nest just messaged me. She says she's hopping on now. Hey, Crow's Nest. So it looks like we're doing a BOGO for you. I hope that's correct. If not, let me know. And then whenever you're ready, I'm down to have your questions posted. You can ask one at a time, or you can post them both now if you want. Perfect. All right. We are shuffling. Okay, first question. What can I expect in love in the near future? Okay. Crow's Nest, for some reason, I don't normally get clairvoyant information. I wouldn't say clairvoyance is my strong suit unless we're talking dreams, then it's out of this world. But in my waking conscious life, clairvoyance I wouldn't say is top for me. But I am getting the image of a brunette with light eyes, like blue or green, around you. Um, this feels like it's kind of like shag hair. I wouldn't say it's super short, but it's not super long either for some reason. I think that's all I'm getting on that. But let's see what the cards have to say. All right, what can Crow's Nest expect in love in the near future? Okay, so another message, I don't know why I'm getting physicality, but the brunette, the brown hair that I'm kind of sensing, I think this person tends to dye their hair occasionally. I wouldn't say it's like the normal thing, but I would say they've had a conversation with you and told you that they've dyed their hair before or that it's currently dyed. Um, they tend to go pretty natural, but their natural hair seems to have some like warmth in it. So I would say like more like reddish brown tones, if that makes sense. Or this could be the color of their hair when you meet them. You're welcome, Daisha. Earth and air signs could be highly influential in their chart. Earth and air. It feels like this person's really taking their time though, coming in for you. I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, it feels like this person's like not in a rush to get into a quick relationship, not because there's a fear of commitment or a lack of desire for commitment, but because I think they just want to do things the right way. I think this person would be the type of person that would want to come in and really sweep you off your feet, really wine and dine you, get to know you, get to know what's going on underneath the surface. I feel like it's not difficult for you to get attention from people, but it is a lot of times not, it's unsolicited. It's not something that you are looking for or wanting. But I feel like this person's really into taking it slow, really woo you, really get to know you. You know, they're like, there's a time for entering a relationship, but I'm not in any rush. And I think that comes with their like very cool mystique personality of really just confidence. I feel underneath it all is that if they're not in a huge rush, they want to take their time with it. They want a partner, they want a relationship, but I think their confidence is that if you're not willing to take the time to get to know me the way I am to get to know you, then I don't think we're going to hit it off. I don't think a relationship is going to work. So I feel like they're not threatened by other people. I feel like they're just confident, honestly. That's just how this person comes through. Exactly. You get men you don't want. Hey, James, welcome in. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you have any trouble getting attention from people. You might even have women hit on you sometimes too. I'm kind of getting that message, but or women be attracted to you. But I feel like it's unwanted attention from these men. Let's see. And I think that this person's presence of just like, I enjoy you and I enjoy your company, and but I feel like they're not clingy, and I think that really grabs your attention, because they're giving you the time of day. They're giving you the effort. They're not causing you to feel confused about where you stand with this person, but they're also super confident and they're not clinging to you. And so you're kind of like, wow, this person really just kind of has it figured out. You do have women hit on you, yes. I was not surprised. um but yeah, I feel like this is the type of person that a lot of people like. They could be a little bit misunderstood at first, but I feel like they have solid people in their corner, and that's also going to be appealing to you because when you find out that they have people that really speak well of them behind their back, that makes you see like how good of a person that they really are. I feel like they might say the friendships that they've had all their life. They just grow deep roots with people. It's about quality for them, and I feel like they know they're not gonna feel that FOMO. You know, like there's some people out there that get into relationships and then the fear of missing out and the grass being greener on the other side. I don't feel like that person deals with that too much. They kind of know what they've got when they've got it. You know, they don't need to lose you to know what you are to them. I think that they're just grateful and they appreciate it now when it's important to be aware of that sort of thing. Um, so yeah, I feel like they're looking at you as a catch. Let's see. I feel like this person's just gonna really come into your life and just kind of shake it up, and not in a chaotic, uncomfortable, confusing kind of way. I just think that you're gonna be like, where the hell did this person come from? Like, how can they be just so certain and confident within themselves? And there's just, I feel like this person's just on a different wavelength than most people. Um, and I feel like they make you think differently too about others. Let's see. It's kind of making me feel like because they're so nonchalant, because they're so, you know, they're not possessive, they're not jealous, they don't believe like in being territorial over things, like, and I feel like that really helps you feel more calm, because you're like, okay, if this person's so confident in themselves and in the connection that we have, that makes me feel the same way. And just, I don't know, they're just like a different breed. It's so hard to explain. Yeah, they're comfortable, and that makes you feel comfortable. Exactly. I do have Leo energy here. I'm not sure if that's you coming in or them. Um, but it's saying, oh wow, it might be them. It might be them. I know that I had earth and air energy, but they could also be a Leo. Confidence, or just like maybe that's their personality. Confidence, optimism, passion, bravery. Um, this person comes in and just makes you realize that people can be different. The things that you've experienced, or it's like, oh, been there, done that, same old, same old. That story as old as time kind of thing. I feel like this person comes in and it's just unlike anything else, you know. Venus here talking about the love in which you guys experience together is mutual reciprocation, like giving and receiving, equal efforts. finding value in yourself, in one another, and in the world together, seeing the beauty in all things. And I feel like there's also really good communication for you here. Let me see if I can get some timing, and then whenever you're ready, you can post your next question. Amy, thanks for the donation, girl. I'll be with you shortly. Timing. When can Crow's Nest expect this person to come in? Oh, you have a Leo that you're interested in. Wow, okay. When can she expect this person to come in for her? I'm assuming that this is not someone you already know. That's the assumption I'm making by asking this question. But it might be someone you already know. Let's see. Wow. Okay. So this person is saying March 1st through the 10th. Did you meet this Leo in March? Or around March? Or was it this month? James, I have your question. You talked to him last March 8th? Wow, that's kind of specific because the 9 of Cups is March 1st through the 10th, and you said March 8th, so that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, it might be someone you already know. If it matches that kind of description, then I would go with that as confirmation. And if not, if it's like maybe 20-30% of what I've said matches that person, matches that description, then just keep your mind open to someone else coming in for you this year. Chris is the one you have feelings for. And I talked March 8th, then he went silent. You told him you wanted commitment with someone. Okay, that could be your Leo showing up in the reading then. Because you're still attached to this person. And when I say attached, I don't mean you're clingy. I mean like you still have a bond with this person. You still have a cord attached to this person between the two of you. All right, so second question, let's see. Let's assume that Chris is a Leo too. Oh my god. So, wow. Okay, so you seem to attract a lot of Leos. So the Leo that you said here at 8:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you said you have a Leo you're interested in. Is that a separate Leo than Chris? Is it 2 Leos that you've got going on right now, or just the one? Hey, Philomena. Okay, so Chris is the Leo. Okay, Chris is the only Leo. Jessica, okay, I see you said that you donated for an extra question. Current feelings, next actions. I donated for 1 extra question. So cares for both these, please. So Crow's Nest, do you want me to pull extra cards on this question? Do you want me to like combine the second BOGO and the mini together to answer these questions for you? Or are you going to have a third question on deck that you want to ask? Okay, combine it. All right, sounds good. Philomena, I'm going to add you to the list. Bear with me. Philomena needs to redeem a reading that she donated for on April 16th. So, Philomena, I'll add you to the list. Give me just a second. I think there's 3 people ahead of you right now. All right, Chris, Leo's current feelings and next actions. So we'll start with current feelings for Chris towards Crow's Nest. Yes. Chris, Leo, current feelings and next actions. Okay, Crow's Nest. This is an interesting message. Chris is giving the impression that he's moved on from you. He's through his actions or what he's telling you, or maybe even the fact that you're not in communication right now, or whatever's going on, he's showing that he's moving on from you. I think there's an active intention to let this one go. I think it could be because you're looking for something from him that he's not looking for himself. But the thing is here is that he's very distraught over this, because I think that he really liked talking to you and communicating with you, and I think that he's still like, damn, I'm still like hooked on this girl, like I'm still attracted to her, like I still want her. And it's like, why like I feel like he's going, why did this have to happen? Because he's giving off the impression on the outside that he's moved on from you, that he's let you go, that he's like, okay, I'm gonna let you do your thing, you want commitment, that's fine, I get that, that's not what I want per se, but I want you to find what you're looking for somewhere else. But meanwhile, he's like, I want her to come back to me. That's what I feel. I feel like he's saying, I want to be with her, and I really hope she changes her mind, because like I love her company and I enjoy like talking to her or being around her, whatever, you know, you guys would say your relationship was up until that point. I feel like he's craving more of it from you. So he's like, oh, I'm good. Like he's acting cool, calm, and collected, but meanwhile he's over here panicking because you come back to him. Which I don't know if that's something you're gonna do or not, but the Four of Pentacles indicates that while he's on the outside looking like he's unaffected by this, he is. Four of Pentacles talks about like, I'm holding on to her, and the Empress here says like, she's my ideal woman, she's everything that like I feel like I've been looking for. It's just maybe it's just you guys aren't compatible in the future goals or plans that you have together, but I feel like he's still thinking about you. And honestly, Crow's Nest, I don't want to speak too soon, like I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think that this time apart has made him consider, did I fuck this up? Like should I have tried harder to be open to what she wants? Should I have given her what she wants? Nine of Cups. You kind of have been wondering if maybe he made a mistake here and maybe, I don't know, sabotage the connection. So you kind of have him rethinking things. Now, clearly, it's not enough for him to have made some moves on you. It's not rethinking enough at this point that, you know, he's going to reach out to you and say, hey, I changed my mind. And we know that because of the non-communication that you guys are in right now. But I still think you have him over here wanting to know if he, or thinking about it or trying to figure it out. Did I mess up? Did I fuck this up? Should I have just gave in to this or not? Would I be happier if I did? Was this a mistake? So that's a lot of what's going on in his head. But let's see if we can pull some actions. Yeah, you said he's in denial, you know, he has feelings. Yeah. right, let's see. What are his next actions? Well, first I'm going to ask, will you hear from him again? If we're going off of the current energy. Will Crow's Nest hear from Chris again? Will Crow's Nest hear from Chris again? Oh, you feel he'll be back. Will Crow's Nest hear from Chris again? Okay, I'm getting a yes for that one. Will Chris be the one to break the no communication? Will Chris be the one to break it? All right, Crow. So I'm getting you're going to hear from him again. He's going to be the one to break this non-communication that you guys have going on right now, which would mean that he's going to be the one to reach out to you. So I would say stay strong. Just keep doing you and wait for that communication to come in. What are his next actions towards Crow's Nest? You got him stressed out, Crow's Nest. I have 10 of Wands here. Like, you have him all the way stressed out. He is overloaded, overthinking a lot. I think, honestly, the pressure of you just flat out saying, this is what I want to happen, was a little bit intimidating to him, to be completely honest. And he retreated out of a sense of feeling like this would be an obligation, that if you expressed your needs and what you're looking for and he didn't come through for you, that either he has to let you go or he comes through for you, and then he starts to build resentment because he felt like he was being put in a situation that he had to do something he didn't want to do. So I think that the easiest thing for him to do was just to go quiet. But I think that there's a lot of like questioning if he did the right thing. The moon here indicates that there's a lot of deep thought going on for him. And I'm thinking, getting ready in the morning, he's thinking about you. Driving home from wherever he's at, he's thinking about you. Like, anytime he has downtime, like, I think that there's just a lot of it. And I do feel like it's building momentum, because I think that at this point he's thinking, it's been X amount of time since we've spoken and I'm still feeling this way. I'm questioning myself now. And the moon would indicate as well, like, the depth of the feelings that he has right now. Hey, Leo Moon Goddess. Yeah, so you can get on the free list tonight. I'm doing pendulum yes no questions for free, new subs. So if you want to leave your question with me, I'll try to get to you in between donations, okay? Next intentions. Next intentions for Crow's Nest. What are Leo's next intentions? Yeah, you know it. All right, so next intentions is his coming through with air. So that means that he's coming through with open-mindedness. That's his intention, his next action. Objectivity and learning. So this is him coming through back again when he breaks the ice, because he's going to be the one to break the no communication. Him coming through as like being more open-minded and saying, hey, I want to hear you out again on this thing. Like, I want to hear what you have to say. It's not my normal MO. It's not typical for me, but I want to understand from you what commitment means. I'm open to learning. I'm open to the conversation and viewing it objectively. And he's going to probably say something like, I don't know if my mind will change, but I'm open to hearing you out. I've been thinking on this for a while, and I feel like he's just coming in with like more of a willingness to step out of his comfort zone here. We have house 9, which indicates spiritual growth for him. And then I think house 11 would indicate that he's like, I don't know if we should just be friends. I don't know if we should be something more, but I feel like an alignment with Crow's Nest. I feel like there's something here, and I feel like it's worth exploring and looking further into, and I'm not ready to cut this connection off right now. You're welcome, Leo Moon. Just post your question in the chat for me, okay? Crow's Nest, let me know if that answered your questions in full. Okay, when will he reach out? When can Crow's Nest expect to hear from him? When can Crow's Nest expect to hear from him? You're good, Crow's Nest. I can look at the timing for you. All right, so we have 3 of Wands. The Wands to me indicate days or weeks. For timing, approximation date has already passed. March 31st to April 10th. So this means that he must have made a decision about this earlier in the month, and he's just chickening out. So I think that the decision has already been made for him, but because he's like succumbing to his fears about this, he's procrastinating the communication. So basically right now you guys are just like on a delay, because I think that he should have already reached out by now. I would say between 3 days and 3 weeks is my best guess. 3 of Wands. Leo Moon Goddess, I have your question. I'm going to answer your question after James, okay? So just stick around. As long as you're here when I call on you, we'll get your question answered. Leo Moon, that's going to be after James. We'll answer your question. Yeah, you're welcome, Crow's Nest. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thanks for the pre-orders. And just a reminder for everyone that if you ever pre-order with me for a live stream, I do have a new concept, a new rule, that if you do a pre-order, no one can skip the line ahead of you. Skip the lines don't apply to pre-orders. So if you know I'm going live for the day, if you reach out to me on Instagram like, hey, are you going live? And I'm like, yeah. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send a donation over. That makes you immune to people skipping the line. All right. Let's see. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions about that. You're welcome, Crow's Nest. All right, moving on to James. James says love option 2.
chicken was bigger than pork, I definitely had to.
Yeah. Love option 2, Patty and James. If anybody wants to post their questions now, if you're waiting on the donation list, feel free to do that. And I will save it for your turn. Love option 2, Patty and James. Angelica, hello, welcome in. How are you today? Is this your first time here? Thanks for the referral, Amy. All right, James. So in the position of what is she giving the connection, I am feeling like she's growing an attachment to you. And I don't mean like an unhealthy attachment or anything, but I mean like her affection for you is growing. Her attraction for you is growing. There's definitely something like a long time coming here, but this almost feels like a buttoning of a new love expression or romantic expression. So this just means that she's growing fonder of you and the connection. Things are growing stronger for her in her feelings for you. Thoughts, feelings, intentions. Sorry, my cats are getting into trouble right now. So if you can hear that, that's what that is. Okay, so she's coming around to the understanding, James, that she gets what she gives. Okay, so she's understanding that if she doesn't give more to you than what you're giving to her or the same, that she's not going to get much out of this. Number one, she's not going to get much out of this for herself. And she's becoming aware of that if she doesn't open herself up to this and put more effort into this with you, that she's not going to get nothing out of it herself, fulfillment wise. And also that you're not going to give as much to her. So I think that she's coming around to the understanding of I get what I give and I've got to give to this if I want to get something out of it. I think that there are some thoughts swirling around her, James, with a high priestess, that she's trying to maybe understand the non-obvious dynamic between the two of you, all of the mystery that surrounds your connection, the, in a sense, spiritual side of this relationship. I think she's feeling it and she's thinking about it and she's trying to understand, why am I so drawn to it? Why can't I ever like let this connection go? Why don't I want to let this connection go? Why do I want to continue on, trying this and getting closer to this person? That's like for her inner guidance. So she's thinking on like a unconscious, subconscious level of trying to understand what this is. It could be too, I'm hearing that she might have had a dream about you, James, recently that is making her feel more connected to you and trying to help her understand the mystery behind the connection. Again, I already started talking about feeling attached to you. But as far as intentions go, she wants to continue to make things more clear to you, James, that she's not going anywhere. I feel like she's holding on to you, and she's holding on to this relationship that you guys are forming, and she's saying, I'm not going anywhere. Like I plan on staying put and spending more time and talking to you more, things of that nature. Hey Rising, thanks for the donation. Angelica said, first time here, still recovering from double ear infection, rupture left. Oh my god, that sounds awful, Angelica. I'm so sorry. So Angelica, I am not the kind of reader I used to be when I was building up my following, but I am not the kind of reader that accepts any donations. I do have a price list. So if you wanted something from me as far as a specific reading, you would have to take a look at my price list and send accordingly. Or if you want, that could just be considered a tip, and I can answer a free yes no question for you just for being here with me. So just let me know what you'd like to do. Rising Storm, I got your donation. You are going to be on the list. I posted it a little bit ago. You'll be after Philomena. Okay, so as far as influences over the connection right now, I do have Page of Pentacles. So James, I know that there's been some talks about starting up some workshops together. I think you could probably get that set in motion by summer. It's a Page of Pentacles, so I don't feel like this is a very developed plan. And I don't know if it's necessarily the proper time to start getting that stuff off the ground right now, but I do see that as an influence over the connection, opportunity to increase income, or setting some goals for those plans in the future is a heavy influence over your relationship right now. And then as far as the overall energy, I just have reciprocation, Page of Cups, showing each other like thoughtful things that, kind gestures, or even grand gestures, showing kindness, offering comfort to one another, generosity, talks, conversation, getting to know each other even on a deeper level than even now. And then the overall energy too with the Page of Cups indicates that wanting to believe in this, really feeling like, and maybe more so for her, just really wanting to believe this could work. And if you resonate with that, then take that as a message for yourself as well. You're welcome, Angelica. Okay, so James says Patty came over last night. Leo Moon, that sounds good. However soon you want to send that over, Leo Moon, we can get you on the list. You'll have a shorter wait time if you send it now, because people send donations and that might push you back on the list. If you don't mind waiting, then feel free to wait, but just a little heads up, just a tip for being here. You might have a longer wait if you wait to donate. All right. Patty came over last night and it went really well. Where's our relationship going? Okay, so those are your two questions. Or no, that's your... Okay, James, I got you. So James, you donated for 2 minis. I take it you're probably going to post the second mini after this question is answered. Where's the relationship going from here for James, please? Where's the relationship going from here? Okay, so there is going to be an end that is put on this coldness or this distance that Patty keeps you at. Patty keeps you at arm's length. For the longest time, I feel like you've probably felt like you could only get but so close to her. She comes through as the Queen of Swords quite a bit, indicating that she has a sharp tongue. She can say things just right off the cusp, not really thinking about her tact, or thinking about how, or considering how that type of commentary or reaction could make someone else feel. And Queen of Swords is just like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to speak my mind, and it is what it is. They're very protected, very guarded, keep people at arm's length, that kind of thing. And that vibe, I feel like, is coming to an end. So that's like one thing that you can look forward to as far as the relationship, is that cycle of that type of defense that she has, that she puts up when it comes to you. At least I can't speak for how she's going to be towards other people, but how she's going to be towards you, that is coming to an end. We also have the Star here. So I feel like focusing more on the positive, having more faith and inspiration, um, feeling excitement. So the Star can, in reverse, can talk about like feeling bored, but upright, it can talk about feeling like you are always busy with each other. You're always spending time with each other, always doing things with each other, always setting up the next plan to hang out, that kind of thing. So maybe more time spent with one another, not feeling like you're missing something in the connection, feeling like things are flowing very well. It's funny, as you're showing up as the King of Swords yourself. So this could indicate, James, that you have also been feeling, while you want to send her a lot of love, you could have felt a bit scorned, so to speak, by sometimes the way that she treats you or talks to you, and that has made you get a little bit, I wouldn't say cold, because I don't feel like you're a cold person, but it could make you feel like you're shortening, or you're not extending as much energy towards her when she gets like that. Um, but I am seeing the fact that the King of Swords showed up with the Queen of Swords, even though this is not the energy you guys want to be in. It is indicating a really good match. It's indicating that you both think that you're well suited for one another. I also feel like King of Swords clarifying the Seven of Swords would mean that you guys are being more honest and truthful and upfront. I feel like this underhanded, uh, she's not telling you the full story, you're not really understanding what's going on, or we're saying things to protect one another's feelings, that kind of thing. I feel like that's coming to an end, because the King of Swords talks about being very truthful. What's coming for their relationship? Where's it going from here? Where's it going from here? Okay, so James, they're also talking about compatibility between the two of you, finally feeling like you guys are on the same wavelength. Thank you, Leo Moon. I'll add you to the list momentarily. Feeling like you guys are on the same page, the same wavelength. So maybe just not making assumptions about one another is a big thing here. Feeling like you guys are giving one another the benefit of the doubt, and not just jumping to conclusions about each other, because I think sometimes that's what happens. There's a lot of complexity. This is a very convoluted relationship you guys have going on right now, and sometimes our feelings get in the way. We start jumping to conclusions, but I feel like there's a lot more cooperation, and just like kind of being on the same page together. I know, James, you're probably thinking in your head, do you see commitment? Do you see anything like that? I'm not getting that right now. I'm not. But I am seeing you guys growing closer, being more transparent with each other, being kinder to one another. And I feel like that is building those steps towards commitment. It's just not showing up right now. James, what can I answer for you for your last mini reading? You're good. You're good. Remember, guys, that you can skip the line if you want to. It's $5 to do so. I'm about to post the list just so everyone knows where they are. The only thing that cannot be skipped are pre-orders, but James was the last pre-order today, so there's no one else that has paid to skip as far as I know. If you paid to skip and I missed it, please let me know. All right. That is the order of donations. Please let me know if I missed anyone or you feel that I missed you. I posted in the order that the donations were received, okay? James said, sorry I was delayed. Planning on going away for a weekend in June around my birthday. Will Patty want to go? And how will it go? Leo Moon, I have a question for you. Let me see here. Okay, so Leo Moon, I have your yes no question, and then I also have your donated question as well, okay? I was food shopping, so I only heard the love reading part, but that sounded like the best one we've ever gotten together. Oh, that's so nice. I'm so happy to hear you felt that way. No, that's okay, James. If you want, just go back and listen. You can always put me on, 1.5 or 2x speed to catch up with the stream that we're on now if you want to. If you want to listen to it before I'm done. Angelica, I've got you, girl. I've got your question for your in-depth. Remember that you can skip the line. You cannot interrupt someone's reading that's currently being done. But if you pay $5, you can skip the line above anyone else who has not paid to skip. As of right now, there's no one that has donated for the skip, which means that you would be bumped all the way to the top of the list if you choose to do so. It is first come, first serve. And if you donate for the skip, please let me know in advance because I want to make sure that I get to you as quickly as possible and move you up to the top of the list as soon as I can. Okay, James, that sounds good. Shuffling for you now. If you have left your question with me, you do not need to wait around in the room for your question to be answered. You can leave and come back later. I will answer your question no matter what, as long as your question is with me. Or you can hang around if you choose to do so. That's also an option. All right, it looks like, what is this? Leo Moon Goddess paid to skip and Rising paid to skip. Okay. Let me switch you guys around. Hold on. All right, so Leo Moon Goddess is gonna go first after James. She got in just before, and then Rising is going to be after that. All right, guys, that's the new order. Shuffling for James. You're welcome, Leo Moon. That's okay, Angelica. That's all right. Then I'm going away for a weekend in June around my birthday. Will Patty want to go? Will Patty want to go? Patty want to go. All right, James, I am getting a really big yes for that. Okay. So I am getting that, you guys, so that she will want to go with you. The same advice that I was receiving before was wait as long as you can to ask her. So if you have to know an answer before you book, then that's fine. Just go ahead and ask her. I feel like she's going to say, yeah, I'd love to go. But I think that if you can book it without asking her and then maybe ask her in May, I feel like May is just a really good month for you guys to start building that bond up of intimacy even more. And I feel like the closer you get to, it's just hard for her, I think, to make plans in advance. That's what I'm hearing. It's hard for her to commit to things far in advance. So do what you got to do. If it's a requirement, if you feel like you have to know either way before you make these plans, then do what you got to do. But if there's a way to hold out, if there's a way to wait until May, or like as close as you can before you go away, give her like a couple weeks notice, of course. But I would say like May for some reason. Even if you have to wait till the first week of May, that would just be better for you. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she runs her own business. So, she would need some type of advance notice, but I feel like if you give her a couple of weeks, that should be plenty of time for her to rework her schedule and come and feel more confident in saying yes to you at that time. But I do feel like she'd want to go. I feel like this would be exciting for her. This would make her feel like, I don't know, I feel like she needs some type of vacation. I feel like she needs to kind of get out of her space, and the Fool is here, so that makes me feel like she would be really excited to like pack up her bags and get out of Dodge for a little while, just, clear her mind, feel a bit liberated, feel fun, have a good time. I think would do her good. And I think too, if it's just a matter of tagging along, I think that feels very like pressure free and exciting. I'm seeing like, I don't know if I'm seeing like rivers or water. There is mountains and cliffs here in this picture that I'm drawn to. But I am seeing like body of water. So I don't know if this is like a river, a lake, something along those lines. But it definitely feels like nature oriented, like with very beautiful views. So I'm not quite sure. I don't know. If you're thinking like Vegas or something, I could be way off. But to me, it feels more scenic. Maybe the drive is scenic. I'm not quite sure. Um, how will this go? How will this go? She does own her own job. So yeah, I mean, of course you want to be courteous and give her like adequate time to get that shit sorted. But I feel like the closer we get to the date, the more confident her yes will be. So for some reason I keep hearing May. I honestly don't know if it really matters when in May you ask her, but I wouldn't ask her before May. That's just my intuition speaking. Fort Lauderdale. Oh, I like Fort Lauderdale. There's an inside joke in about Fort Lauderdale. So when my nephew was I think he was like 3, he's the first grandson, first nephew, first everything on my side of the family. And so he gets all the attention. He's a little Satch baby. He loves entertaining people. And so there was one time when we were all sitting around him and we were asking him to pronounce certain words. And we were like, say guacamole. And then he'd say it, and it was just so cute. And so we're all thinking of different things for him to say. And he's eating it up because he loves being the center of attention. And then my husband, he was like, can you say Fort Lauderdale? And my nephew was like, Fort Lauderdale? Oh, I like Fort Lauderdale. And that's just been an inside joke ever since then. So whenever I hear that quote just like pops in my head. I don't know why he's 3 years old saying he likes Fort Lauderdale. He's never heard of that before. Maybe he liked the name of it. I'm not quite sure. But I've never been. You said it's in Florida. Makes sense. Somewhere with trails, okay. Myrtle Beach is fun. That was actually the first vacation I went on with my husband. We're Outer Banks people. We love Outer Banks the best. But as far as like nightlife, having fun, Myrtle's a great place to go. Mayfield's really good. I know, past life. I'm like, did he live in Fort Lauderdale in this past life? Wouldn't that have been funny? But he just was like, he was just saying all the words that everyone was saying verbatim. And then, like, he suddenly had an opinion about this Fort Lauderdale, saying he liked it. So, yeah, I think just somewhere with nature close by, I think would be really good. Let's see. I feel with the 5 of Swords, this indicates like surrender, just like letting life happen to you, being present, being in the moment. 8 of Wands. I feel like this could be, I don't know why I'm getting this message, but I feel like this could be almost like I know this sounds kind of weird, but I feel like this could be like a honeymoon mentality, because it feels like you guys are spending a lot of time together, being intimate with one another. There's a lot of like physical situations that are happening between you guys on this trip. The Hierophant means that you guys are growing closer. You guys are maybe discovering stuff about each other that makes you feel like you identify with one another and that you have a lot in common. So you could be learning about each other on this trip even more, or you could be reminded why you guys have such a close bond, because you're doing things that are bringing up like memories and creating new memories and bonds and things like that together, that's bringing you guys closer to each other. Thanks, Leo Moon. Yeah, he's a goofball. He's the best. Let's see. I do have the 3 of Pentacles here. Again, ending your reading in 3 of Pentacles. So, of course, we're still talking like, what is the upside down smile used for? Getting on well, getting along with each other during this trip. Will there be any commitment coming out of this trip? I see Ace of Swords in the Sun. I think after the trip, I think feeling in flow, getting along, spending time with each other, I think that this would be I don't go into it with this anticipation, okay? Don't go into this with that expectation. But if your gut is telling you after that trip or sometime during that trip asking her to be your girlfriend, like being in a relationship with you, if you feel like it's right and you feel like she's going to say yes and everything just feels like it's all aligning for you, I think this would be a good time to ask. June is probably the earliest commitment I'm seeing. But I know like June, July, I was kind of feeling that vibe. So if in your heart during that trip or after that trip, you feel like it's time to take the next step, you feel like you're getting a lot of signals from her, I would say go for it. The honeymoon comment. Well, what can I say? I mean, I say what I get, I don't hold back. Leo Moon Goddess, did you want me to answer your yes/no question? You said answer your yes/no question first, right? James, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me. We're getting a little bit behind schedule. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting very into these readings. I'm not paying attention to the time like I usually do. All right. So Lee Moon said, don't worry about the yes/no question, just the paid reading. All right, let's take a look here. Oops. All right. Leo Moon, I have the question on the screen. Let me know if that's still accurate. You're welcome, James. Have a good night. All right, we are shuffling for Leo Moon. Everyone that is on the wait list, we have, let's see. I think everyone's questions will be answered. Will either be answered and done, or we'll have just been getting started by 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is my best guess. So right now for me, it's 9:13 p.m. So by the next start of the next hour, the top of the next hour, I think I'll have either completed your reading, or if you're currently on the donation list, I'll have completed your reading, or I will have just been getting started with it around that time. So that is my best guess. Okay, so Leo Moon Goddess says, I'm currently in a connection with the Capricorn and would like more insight and the promise of this connection. Okay. Currently in a connection with the Capricorn. More insight on the promise of this connection. Okay, Leo Moon. So you want the love spread? You got it. We'll do that. The love spread for Leo Moon. So Leo Moon and the Capricorn, please. Leo Moon and the Capricorn. What is the Capricorn giving the connection? Thoughts, feelings, intentions, overall energy. Are there any influences or blocks? What's going on here, please? Are they giving the connection? What are they showing the connection? Thoughts, feelings, intentions. Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay, so I'm cutting the deck and I have the Lovers. I also have the Ten of Pentacles. So what this is feeling like, Leo Moon, is that it's a good connection. I don't know if there's confusion because maybe you feel like you've been having to be patient, or maybe you feel like maybe you feel like things are going well, but you just don't know where they're headed. I'm not quite sure, but the overall energy feels good. Like seeing the Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles feels good. I did see when I was shuffling the Three of Swords, and this can talk about like a past heartbreak. So I don't know if that's him or you, but that could be affecting your ability to trust the connection itself. Feeling like, you're not sure if you can really, you or him can feel like you can put your heart into this. Like you're worried about getting hurt, maybe. But from your perspective, I'm picking up on the connection itself is that it's a good connection. I feel like it's a compatible connection. Um, you guys vibe well with one another. So I'm like, is the question that you're asking in case of like feeling like things are taking too long to get started? Mixed messages. Okay. You just told me that he's ready to leave a connection that he's moving away from. Okay, so that could be why the Three of Swords came up. So maybe he's struggling with like starting something new. Now, as far as his intentions here with you, I do feel like they're good, they're solid. So this could be him feeling a bit hesitant to jump into something and you want like not being able to trust his word because you feel like you've been getting mixed signals. This connection does require or has required some patience, especially if he's like moving away from a love relationship. We've been friends for 6 months, but he's having a challenge with saying yes to commitment. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm definitely feeling that Three of Swords indicates that his past is influencing his present right now. But let's move on to good news. Good news I have is the Eight of Wands. So either there's going to be a change in the near future, or it's already starting to shift for you guys. You're in a turning point place at this point. I think that he knows that you're not going to wait around forever. Eight of Wands indicates fast movement, changes. You're going to get insight and information from him that you've been waiting on for a long time. You're going to get maybe a gesture or a confession or something I feel that you've been waiting on for a while that you're like, I just needed to hear this. Like, I just needed to know what's going on. I feel like that turning point is happening right now for you. So keep in mind, Eight of Wands is the fastest moving card in all of the deck. And that indicates to me that within either hours or days, even, you should be hearing this news from him. Let me see. I feel like there's this desire to get some things off of his chest, Leo Moon, and this is going to help you understand where you stand. And I think that's basically the biggest thing for you is you're like, I just want to know what is happening here. I want to know where I stand. I want to know what you're thinking. Let me in, especially because you've been friends. You think that, you know, he could confide in you. But I think that the struggle is that line is getting blurred between friends and lovers, right? Because we have the lovers card. And the Ten of Pentacles indicates that you guys have been, well, you said you've been friends for 6 months. This indicates, so even 6 months though with the Ten of Pentacles, I don't feel is long enough. So I do feel like he has a desire within him to be with you for a long time. Like I feel like when he thinks of you, he thinks of in my life forever. When he thinks of you, he does not see an end to your relationship. So that line between friends and lovers is getting blurred. It's starting to overlap with one another. And I think that's why he feels like even though you guys have been friends for a long time, he doesn't know what he can and can't say to you right now, because things are starting to get a little bit muddled there. But I do feel like that news is coming for you, and I feel like it is going to be kind of what you're looking for, kind of what you want. He views you as the Nine of Cups, someone who offers him something that will bring meaning to his life or offer him fulfillment. He could just be really scared to take that leap, to be completely honest with you, because that Three of Swords is coming in pretty strong. I mean, it was like the first thing that I saw. And this is going to require him to be brave, but I feel like he looks at you as something that he wants, something that he wishes for, something that he desires to have. um Feelings, I have the Knight of Wands, so this could indicate that his passion could take over and make him more impulsive, and that could be what motivates him to get these things off his chest and give you that confession that you're looking for. As far as intentions, we have the Empress. So the Empress is like girlfriend, fiance, wife material. So I feel like his intentions are to make you his, are to make you, is to give you commitment. I feel like he looks at you as like his ideal person, his ideal partner. It could be really scary too to cross that line of like friends to lovers as well. But because you guys don't have a huge history, like if you this was going on years and years and years, or you guys had been friends since childhood, that could bring even more fear about changing the dynamic of the relationship. But I don't think 6 months is enough to worry about something like that. So he would just be overcoming his own fear, not the fear of changing the dynamic of the relationship, but just maybe the fear that he's coming into the relationship with because of the past. Because again, the past is influencing the present. I hope that makes sense. I don't see any blocks or influences right now. I'm getting a no on that, so that's good. Other than maybe what I've already established and told you about, I don't see that there's anything else really standing in your way. And the overall energy is the Ace of Pentacles, so he's going to be coming to you to make an offer to you. He's going to hand you something. This could be a gift, this could be a gesture, this could be, again, that confession I was talking about, offer of commitment. But this is something tangible. This is something that you can walk away from, and feel like you have something now with him, or you have something from him. That's going to make things feel a little bit more clear to you. So I would say coming hours, days, weeks, you guys should feel that shift if it hasn't already started. When does he leave? When does he leave for travel? In a few weeks. I think it's going to happen before then. Let me confirm with my pendulum. Hold on. Will he come forward to Leo Moon Goddess with this clarity before he leaves for travel? Will he come forward to Leo Moon Goddess with this clarity that she's been needing before he leaves for travel? All right, Leo Moon, I am getting a yes. It feels like a big yes, actually. I use the pendulum for that question. So I would say yeah. I feel like there is this desire to have something established here. The main thing is if this travel is, especially if this travel is for pleasure, I feel like he's not going to really be able to enjoy himself. But I mean, even if it's not for pleasure, let's just like throw that option out of the window. If this is like work related, school related, something like that, business, he's not going to have his head clear to do what he needs to do to either enjoy his time away or to close deals or to make whatever happen that he wants to happen on this trip. If he feels like there's not that clarity between the two of you, this is going to be difficult for him to execute that desire that he wants through this travel, because his head's always going to be at home, right? His head's always going to be here, like wondering what's going on with you, what you're thinking. Should he have had this conversation with you before he left? That kind of thing. I think that he wants to take off knowing that there's an understanding between the two of you. I think he doesn't want to leave without making that conversation happen. Rising Storm, if you're here, you can post if you're ready. You said he hasn't gotten tickets yet. I pull back my energy, so you must be having a shift. Is saying he doesn't want a traditional relationship. Yeah, I feel like he's coming to you to kind of get some things off his chest. Now, I know you said you wanted a confession of love. You needed that. You felt like you needed that. That's something you've been needing for a while. I think the confession that he comes forward with is to try to see how you guys can come to an agreement or a compromise. You might have to sacrifice certain things that you're wanting or looking for with him, and he might have to do the same, but that would be to make the effort into having that relationship that you're looking for right now. And probably eventually kind of grow into more comfort later on. So, what I mean by that is maybe he says, I can't offer you commitment right now as far as like a relationship, referring to each other with titles, boyfriend, girlfriend, that kind of thing, because I don't know if I'm really working towards that type of relationship. But what I can offer you is exclusivity, meaning that I will not sleep with someone else. I'll only have intimate relationships with you, and I will be faithful to you when it comes to sex or something like that. Maybe he doesn't want the girlfriend boyfriend expectations. Possibly, maybe he doesn't want to feel like he has to, constantly engage with you or argue with you. This comes, when I say argue, I mean this is like what he perceives commitment to be. Okay, he's coming out of something that makes him feel like whatever commitment means to Leo Moon Goddess. Oh, that's right, Luna or Rising. Thank you so much. Whatever commitment means to him, he wants to understand what it means to you, and I think that's what's important, because for whatever reason he's coming out of something feeling like commitment might not be for me, but that's because he hasn't had a good relationship. So it might be baby steps that's eventually going to evolve your relationship into something more, because I feel like he can offer you commitment. I do. I just think it's going to be like exclusivity, like basically like I won't talk to any other girls if you don't talk to any other guys. and we'll hook up with each other. I won't sleep with anyone else. That I can offer you. But maybe he's going to say, I don't want the girlfriend boyfriend expectations. Like, if you're having a bad day and I'm not available, I don't want to hear your shit about it. Like, I don't want to hear you complain to me that I wasn't there for you, kind of thing. I feel like eventually, though, that would evolve into something more. Eventually that would be like girlfriend, fiance, wife material, because he looks at you as his partner, his ideal woman. So by you agreeing to those terms, even though it's not exactly what you want, he's going to go, okay, we took that first step and that's going really, really well. So maybe we can now move into the relationship part of it. Baby steps. So then he's going to say, okay, it's been a couple of months. Things are going really well. I've enjoyed this with you. And now I think I'm ready for being in a relationship with you. Would you like to be my girlfriend? And then things evolve over there. I definitely see evolvement happening for you guys, but just know that he's coming to this with like really bearing his heart out to you. He's going to be open and honest, and he's going to hope that you will be judgment free. He's going to hope that you will be open minded, because he wants you in his life. That's the big thing. He wants you there. So take with that what you will. I feel like you'll have this conversation before he takes off for travel. He seems to be allergic to expectations. Yeah, it's definitely because of his past. So he just has to get comfortable with knowing that you're a new person to him. You're not the same that he's experienced. And I think with that, he'll start to get more comfortable, because every baby step that he takes, he's going to go, oh, that wasn't so bad. I actually like this. Oh, this is great. Like, okay, I think I'm ready to do the next thing. So as long as you're willing to work with him and not feel like you're completely settling, I think that you guys can find common ground for sure. Awesome. Thank you, Leo Moon. Definitely come back and give us an update. Rising Storm, I am shuffling for you now. I know you leave your questions with me. I'm just in the habit of asking people to post their questions. I like completely forgot. Yeah, he needs confidence to relax into it. Exactly. Every good experience that he has with you, Leo Moon, is just going to work really well for your connection. It's just evolvement, evolution. It's just going to take adjustments little by little. Awesome. All right, Rising Storm. Rising Storm. What are they feeling? And next actions. Okay. You're so right. I've noticed that. Yeah. Very, very good. Okay. I'm probably going to go ahead and... Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I completely forgot tonight that I was just doing a 1-hour donation list. Guys, I'm getting so sidetracked. All right. I'm going to go ahead and close the list for right now. I will honor if anybody gets a donation in with the next 5 minutes that wants to either add on to their reading, or a new person coming in to donate. I'll honor it until 9:38. I am going to go ahead and close the list to anyone else outside of that. And donators, you can add on to your readings regardless whether or not the list is closed. But if you're in here right now and you want to donate, I'll keep it open for 5 more minutes. New people that are coming in, we're just going to go ahead and close that. Hopefully that's not too confusing. I'll make an announcement when everything's officially closed, just so that way everyone knows what's going on. All right. Feelings. we're just vibing, right? Like I got so sidetracked. I like forgot what I was even doing tonight. That's how you know I'm into the readings that I'm doing and really tapping in, because to forget something like putting a timer on my donations tonight, that is very unheard of. All right. How is he currently feeling about rising at this time? How is he currently feeling about rising at this time? Rising, you get any calls lately or any texts or anything from unknowns? Just out of curiosity. All right, so there's an expression that I learned when I started dating my husband. We're in Virginia, so I guess it's considered the South, but he's born more South than me, and so I never heard this expression. It's like a specific like accent and way of speaking that he talks. Anyways, when I first started dating him, he would say things like, oh, like if I'm like, oh, how much candy do you want? He'd be like, right much. And I was like, right much? I'm like, he's like, well, what do you say? I'm like, a lot or a good amount? Like, I don't say right much. So he'll say like right much and right many and like whatever the expression is, like that, the word right in front of it. So for some reason, Rising, I know you're not South, you're North. But when I saw this card with the Queen of Wands, I felt, you said not yet, still waiting. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why I asked that. I'm curious to see if maybe something's going to happen. But when I saw this card about Queen of Wands, it's like he likes you right much, meaning that you're very well liked by him. He likes you a lot. He likes you right much. Don't ask me why I got that message, but that's just what I heard. He's saying you're an attractive, magnetic woman. He's saying I'm very, very drawn to you physically. I'm very drawn to your energy. I feel like you might be someone who's kind and loyal and generous. I feel like he's saying, I feel like you catch the eye of a lot of other people. You're the second person coming in tonight, Rising Storm, that I feel like might get hit on by women. I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I feel like women are attracted to you, which is very interesting. I don't know if you give off like certain vibes or what, but I feel like women are attracted to you. But anyways, I feel like he's saying, I feel like you turn heads. I feel like, maybe he's seen it too, because I'm also kind of getting that message is that someone's checked you out in front of him. Actually, that's interesting. That's a specific detail, that someone has checked you out in front of him. And it wasn't in front of him to like make him feel some type of way. It's just something he noticed. So I think what might have happened is you were passing someone and that person kind of turned and watched you walk away kind of thing. And it was very obvious that this person was checking you out. Maybe a friend of his, I'm not sure, but that's a specific detail. So he's saying like, I know you said it does happen. I feel like, yeah. So anyways, I definitely feel like he's saying she's very attractive. Like I feel like he's seen other people check you out for sure. The Seven of Pentacles here indicates that it's funny too, because when I get that message about like, oh, this woman attracts other women, it's rare. It doesn't happen very often. It is the second time tonight. But I could say like, okay, if I was getting a reading by someone and someone was like, women are very attracted to you, you must get hit on by women all the time, I'd be like, you are 100% wrong. That does not happen to me. Men, I don't know what it is, but men are very attracted to me. like I get compliments, comments from men, but I've never gotten like hit on by a woman before. So when I tell you that if I'm picking that up on you, I am, because I know what it's like to be someone where that doesn't happen, and it's not like I'm just making this shit up. So I do know when I pick up that message that that's for you. But yeah, Rising. I think someone's checked you out in front of him. And the other thing is too, is that makes you more attractive to him when he sees someone else like finding you attractive too. Because I don't know what it is. It's something like nature, human instinct. When someone finds your person attractive, or when when you find someone attractive and someone else also agrees, it makes you more attracted to them, because you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting that confirmation, like it's not just me, like this person literally is hot. So yeah, for whatever reason I'm getting that message. I'm just letting you know. I have the 7 of Pentacles, um and this is definitely like him saying, how I feel for her is like wanting to invest in her, wanting to give more to her, um, wanting to start something with her. Maybe it's not going to pay off right away, but I feel like I need to get that set in motion. I feel like I need to plant those seeds and get this like off the ground, because I'm ready to start seeing results, is kind of what I'm hearing him say. So that could go into a little bit into your intentions question, where you said you want to know what his next actions are. But he's saying, I want to get this off the ground. I want to start setting things in motion with her so I can see where this is going to go. His feelings, we also have 2 of Cups. So this continues to indicate that there is a special connection that you guys have with one another, or a special bond. There's just magic between the 2 of you, and he's viewing that as something that he wants to explore further. He wants to see, what is this? He wants to see, could this turn into something real? Could this become a relationship? All I know is I'm feeling these things, and I want to see what can come of it. So right now he could be making a plan. Page of Pentacles. Again, we're dipping into your actions a little bit. I'm sorry about that, but I have to say what I'm feeling when I'm getting it. But I feel like he could be making a plan at this time, where he is like, what are my next steps going to be? And he's trying to figure out what he should do. 9 of Pentacles, I think he's really trying to, first step, we're digging into actions. I don't know what Spirit's about going on right now, but they're like, you need to talk about actions first. So we'll keep going with feelings. I'm just gonna let you know how things come through. I might just combine the 2 readings and pull, multiple cards for each, just to see what I can get. But sorry, I just got like a weird taste for a cheeseburger. I don't know. But the 9 of Pentacles, it's indicating to me that he's really trying to cut ties with like all of the other connections that he has, romantically speaking. So he might be just really trying to cleanse himself. He might be trying to cleanse his aura. Like, oh, I'm gonna cut off this girl, I'm gonna cut off that girl, I'm gonna block this person, I'm gonna delete this phone number. I'm gonna be upfront with my ex, I'm gonna shut down this like side chick, I'm gonna block this friends with benefits, I'm gonna, I feel like he's trying to cleanse himself. I see with the 9 of Pentacles is him making those preparations of like singledom. I think he wants to be completely available when he comes forward to you. So there are certain things that he had to get out of his system first. All right. So we have the 9 of Wands and the Emperor coming out at the same time. What am I feeling here? Yeah, he's trying to get more structure in his life. I think that he's being more protective of his energy, who he's letting in, and all of that. But yeah, something feels like he's really trying to get himself prepared for you. I don't think he wants to come to you with the bullshit. He doesn't want to approach you and start something up with you, even just on a friendship level, when he's still got all these other entanglements. So I really think he's trying to cut these things off. And again, that's another action. I think that he wonders how you think of him still. We have the judgment card, so I think that he could feel like you pass a lot of judgments on him. I did hear something on a podcast today saying that there was a difference between judgment and discernment. So, discernment is when you call someone on their bullshit, okay? But judgment is when you judge them for the decisions that they've made with some type of feeling of entitlement or oh my god, I almost said condensation. I guess that's the word. Um, when someone's being like condescension, like that's what I'm trying to say, but I was saying condensation, but condescension. So there's a difference between judgment and discernment. So condescension is judgment. Shaming someone for their decisions is judgment. Um, Comparing yourself to them with a sense of entitlement is judgment. But discernment is saying, I'm seeing the facts and I'm calling you on your bullshit, right? So I think that he wonders, are you judging him? Or are you just saying, I'm discerning who you are by what I've been shown and I'm calling you on your bullshit? I think that he is very much concerned about your opinion of him. How does he feel for her? How does he feel for her? How does he feel for her? So, a message that's coming in here is that you're showing up like the Two of Pentacles to him, where you're juggling life. You have a lot going on. I think that he can see that too. I think that he can see that you've got this going on and that going on, and you're busy with this. And he knows that you have your own channel. He knows that you have a child. He knows that you have a job. You have people that you care for. He's saying she's got a lot going on. Like, I'm not going to come into her life until my shit's figured out, because I don't want to start this off on the wrong foot. Number one. But I feel like he's saying also too, I don't want to come into her life and fuck it up. Like, she's already got a lot going on. I'm not trying to make things harder for her. I'm not trying to make things like worse or her situation worse. I want to make things better for her. So I feel like there's a lot of consideration that he's got going on in his mind for you, where he's saying like, I'm only going to approach when I feel like I have something to offer. How does he feel for her? How does he feel for her? So he does feel like you guys are connected. I don't know if he would word it like spiritually. You said, right, I get this after everything that went down. Yeah, of course. So there are some people who are religious, there's some people who are spiritual, there's some people who are dabble a little bit in everything. There's some people who really don't have any sense of identity when it comes to belief systems. And so I don't really know where he stands. So for me to express it in this way, it's because I am a spiritual person, but I don't know if he would word it like this, okay? I don't know if he would express himself like this, but I think that he does wonder about your connection. The Wheel of Fortune here is he's like kind of like taken aback by how strongly he feels for you without really like ever getting somewhere in a really real way. And so this card can talk about soulmates, soul ties, like soul families, right? Karma. So it's like, I don't know if he's educated about these things. So that's why I don't know if he would word it this way. But I think he's saying like, whatever extent my knowledge is to understanding spirituality, soulmates, past lives, karma, dharma, all of that stuff, whatever the scope is, the extent of his knowledge about it, it has him wondering, what are you to him? Why does he feel this pull in your direction? What is it about you that is making him feel this way? So someone who's spiritually enlightened would say, oh, because it's a soulmate or a soul tie, or it's a karmic relationship or whatever. I don't think he has that type of wording in his vernacular. I think he can't really put his finger on it. He just knows there's something special or different here, and he's trying to figure it out. So Rising, let me know if you have any questions about that. Yeah, I think that he looks at you as someone who's just like you're a straight shooter, right? You're not a bullshitter. I feel like you're the type of person who's like, tell it to me straight, no chaser, right? I just want to know flat out. And I think that's what he takes you for. I don't know if that's how you actually are, but I feel like he views you as a straight shooter, probably because of the evidential like circumstances surrounding this. Because as we all know, he takes a look at your social media and stuff like this. So the impressions that he gets off of what you write are what's telling him this story and creating this narrative in his head. But he feels like you're a straight shooter, and he feels like you don't put up with BS. So I think that whole thing about wondering what your thoughts are on him circulates around his mind quite a bit. All right, guys, the list is officially closed. Officially closed, everyone. We are officially closing. Now, if you are still on the donation list and you want to add to your reading, you are more than welcome to do that. But I'm only accepting additional donations for the people who are on the donation list. No new donations coming through tonight. My guess is I'll be back tomorrow or Monday. Sunday is a really good day streaming. I feel like everyone's on. So my intention is going to be show up tomorrow versus Monday, but Brennan only gets off on the weekends right now, so I might have just wanted to spend the day with him. So we'll have to see. But you'll see me within the next 2 days. I had some people reaching out to me asking me how to book a private reading with me. And as far as I can recall, my whole schedule is open this week. This is why I don't schedule live streams, because private readings take priority. So if you schedule a private reading with me, I have to schedule my live broadcast around that schedule. But if you ever want to know my prices, or you ever interested in more information about private readings, you can schedule yourself. All of the price list is there on that link that I just posted. And then all you have to do is figure out where I'm open, figure out what works for your schedule, and schedule yourself. This is very important. You do have to pay in advance. So after you schedule yourself and you make a payment, you want to make sure that you get that sent over to me, Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, to secure your appointment. Once I have a date that you've scheduled for yourself and the payment, I will send you a confirmation email. Shortly before your reading, within 24 to 48 hours, depending on how far in advance you schedule, I will send you a confirmation email, then a follow-up confirmation link with your exclusive YouTube link. This is a private link where no one else will have access to it unless you decide to share it out. There's also the option for me to delete the live stream after the fact if you don't want the recording or access to the recording anymore. You can talk to me in chat like you normally do during the live. You can video chat me. I can send you a link to join the chat, like a video call, or you can do an audio call with me for private reading. So you have those options as well. So if anyone's interested, I'm completely open next week as far as I can recall. Someone recently reached out to me and asked me for that information, so I figured I would just broadcast that here. Okay. Rising Storm says, thank you so much. It all resonated. Perfect. That makes me happy to hear. Rising, I hope you have a good rest of your night. What is up with the ears going on tonight, guys? Y'all are so funny with that. Was it Angelica that said that she just had issues with her ears as well? And now you're looking at earwax removals. I actually was talking to Brennan yesterday about how we have to make another appointment for him to get an earwax removal. And then Amy, you know that girl, that medium that I sent you information on TikTok, Alexandra? She was talking about how her ears were clogged up last night. So she wasn't doing mediumship readings because she felt like all her senses were dulled due to her sickness. So there's something going on with ears. What is going on? Earwax removal videos are actually really satisfying. I'm a freak like that. I like watching those sometimes. But I gotta say, I'm really impatient. I'm really impatient if they don't, if they take too long to clear it out. I can't sit there and put myself through that. All right. So Amy says, that's no question. Angelica has ear things going on. Oh, you do too? Damn. Went to the clinic doctor today. They told me my right ear has a lot of wax. Could they help you with that? Yeah, you got to get it cleaned. Brendan went to an ENT. He doesn't have any Native American DNA, but whenever he goes somewhere like to the doctor, they always ask him that because of the texture of his earwax and I guess the amount of it. And all his brother and sister are the same way. They're always like, "Do you have any Native American in you? Because like you have a specific type of." Anyway, we're getting into TMI territory, but yeah, he went to the ENT, so you might have to do that too. Yeah, if they don't clean it efficiently or quick enough, yeah, the same way. I actually haven't watched those videos in a long time. I think my brother and I once spent time watching it like 10 years ago, and every once in a while I'll see one here and there. So Amy, I have you down for a yes, no, and in depth. Is that still correct? Hopefully you guys are enjoying hanging out with me, listening to readings, especially if you're new here and you've never had a reading before. I hope that this is kind of showing you what I can do or how I read for other people. All right, Amy, I'm going to do yes, no for you, and then I'm going to confirm with the pendulum for you just to make sure. Amy, are you having issues with like dry throat, dry mouth, something like that? I feel like ever since I connected to your energy, I've been coughing like crazy. I'm putting you on mute, but I'm coughing like a lot. Okay. It's like dry pockets of something and it's making me cough. I usually have US my podcast background noise. Yeah. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, girl. All right, Spirit. Does Eli know and see that Amy is sick at the moment? Does Eli know and see that Amy is sick at the moment? I'm getting a yes. I haven't even pulled a card yet, but I'm getting a yes. All right, I'm getting a yes with the cards. Let's see what the pendulum says. Does Eli know and see that Amy is sick at the moment? All right, I'm getting a yes with the pendulum as well. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I also have the Ten of Pentacles. It was hiding behind judgment. So the main message here is that of healing. So maybe he's helping you heal. Maybe he's directing you to certain things that might help you heal, like offering inspiration. Like, for example, you might be struggling and he's like, oh yeah, remember that medicine when you got sick last time? You might still have some in your medicine cabinet. Or maybe it's a good time to really make some tea. grab your humidifier. I know it's in the closet, and I know that you're feeling really tired and you don't feel like setting up the humidifier, but that's really going to work for you. He might be offering like insight information. He might he might have directed you to the earwax removal videos, honestly. Like, he might be directing you towards certain things that might help you, make you feel better, and you think that this might be just your brain giving you ideas, but it could be him assisting you. Judgment talks about healing. I mean, it has a big red cross on it. Everyone knows the red cross is there to help people feel better. So, and then the card surrounding it is 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Cups. So it's just sending you like a lot of loving energy to try to help you feel better. Of course, there's only so much that those in spirit can do. They can mostly just influence, in my opinion. They can influence things. Like, spirit can influence your electricity. Spirit can influence butterflies or dragonflies to show up at your house, or feathers, or they can influence thoughts that you have in your head. But there's only so much they can do. But they do try as best as they can to help you heal. You wondering if he made you sick? I don't think that he would do that. The only time I think that he would come in and try to... I feel like the only time that he would want to do something like that is if he feels like you're overworking yourself and you need a break. You need time to like recoup, and your body is is taking on too much, and because you're not listening to your body, you eventually get sick, kind of thing. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's a guide for you yet. So I don't know. I'm getting a no with the pendulum. I wouldn't trust that. That doesn't feel right to me. And that's weird. I just got like this feeling of like a poking in my finger. Kind of like, is there anybody in here that's diabetic? Like, you know, when you check your blood sugar? Amy, keep your blood sugar in check, okay? Make sure that you're staying on top of like your food. Do you get hypoglycemic by chance? Have you ever felt like your blood sugar or blood pressure drop? Because I'm just getting like something to do with your blood. Amy, what is your in-depth question? Oh, paper messages. Okay. You try to keep your blood sugar in check. Yeah, maybe when you're sick, it could be you know, your body doesn't have full defense when you're sick, and so it could be easier for you to succumb to certain things. But yeah, I felt like a blood pressure or blood sugar. It was something about my index finger. I felt like a prick or like a squeeze, and so that's reminding me of a blood sugar monitor that goes on your finger, or a blood sugar prick. Amy, do you ever feel like when you get out of a shower, like especially a long hot shower, I don't know if you take those, but if you do you ever feel like a little bit lightheaded? Angelica, are you in here? Can you confirm or deny? I'm just feeling something to do with blood sugar or blood pressure. Being tired. Yeah, just be careful with your blood pressure, Amy. For some reason, I feel like the message is coming in. If you get like really thirsty or really kind of like dizzy or lightheaded after a shower, especially, make sure you're getting yourself situated where you can sit down. So I think there's like a worry of you like fainting or something. Oh, you are diabetic, Angelica. Are you type 1, type 2? Amy, I have the word favorite in virtual, so I'm like getting like you are virtually my favorite person ever. Like I feel like he's saying I really adore you. I really like you. Okay, so Amy, I don't know if you were here when I was talking to Rising Storm and I had made that funny comment about saying right much or right many. And just kind of putting the word right in front of something is like just saying it's a lot. Just the word a lot. But anyways, I just pulled right creative. So to me that felt like you were very creative or hella creative, and he's saying he likes how creative you've been. So you must be really getting into your craft lately, as far as like doing things creatively. That's so funny that I got that feeling of a finger poke. Typically don't I don't think I've ever mentioned that ever on any of my live streams. Amy, you watch my lives all the time. I don't think I've ever talked about diabetes. Amy shows sign of pre-diabetes. Okay, so that could be a message for you, Amy, to just be aware of that. Especially type 2, you'll want to make sure that you're putting more effort and focus onto that. Especially if you feel like you're getting thirstier, if you feel like you just can't get your blood sugars in check, this might just be a preventative warning. You might want to get more working out in, and be more conscious, maybe increase your proteins and decrease your sugars in your diet. Type 2. Okay, yeah. My brother actually is type 1. Um, Diabetes runs in our family as well, but it's mostly type 1 on my dad's side and my mom's side. So my younger brother, my second youngest brother, he has type 1 diabetes. My mom's sister has type 1 diabetes. On my dad's side, our cousin has type 1 diabetes. So it's like very strong. Um, I don't know if we have type 2 in our family, but I wouldn't be surprised. We definitely have a history of gestational diabetes as well. You said you have been doing ukulele more and singing. So I definitely feel like it's sorry, I got distracted. I saw the word jealous gift. I don't know, maybe he was always like a little bit envious of your talent. Um Not in a, oh, like I wish I was, not like he wanted to covet your talent, okay? Not that he wanted to take it away from you, but I think that he maybe always felt like, oh, that would be so cool if like I was talented like that, or if I was creative like that, and he was comparing himself to you in that way. Let's see. I'm hearing singing lessons, Amy, because I don't ask me how I got here with these words, but I saw accent flow. And to me that's kind of sounding like vocal flow or vocal singing. Um the way in which you sing, as far as like breath work and things like that. So if ever I don't know, singing lessons, maybe not necessarily having to hire someone, but maybe like looking up on YouTube different, and maybe you've already done this. This could be acknowledgement if you've already done something like this, but um I feel like looking up different ways to like do breath work, and because I feel like Amy, you have that talent, you have that ability to get there, but it's more like it needs some tweaking or some adjustments. So if you're wanting to explore singing more and get more into it and take it seriously, I think that like looking up different coaching techniques on like how to breathe properly, I think that you probably have a really good tone to your voice. I remember him saying that he mentioned that before. Um, So like if you want to take it to the next level, I think that might be something fun for you to do. You said, funny enough, I still like Eli. Oh, so you still text his number or socials as though you're talking to him. Funny enough, when you said jealous, I actually singing to him how I felt jealous. Why did you feel jealous? You're talking about jealous of other people when it comes to him, or can you guys stop? Okay, so Bodhi is dry heaving and Gunnar won't like give him space. I think Bodhi is I think he's trying to cough up a fur ball. You might want to put him on the
No, he's not. He's on control.
He was going like that.
No, he's probably doing that growl thing.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Our cats are fucking weird. Felt jealous about Crystal and Eli's connection to people in relation to. Interesting. Okay. So that could be acknowledgement on jealousy. It did come out with the word gift. Oh, could it have been that you hold some kind of jealousy that Eli gave something to someone else that you did not receive from him? Do you harbor any jealous feelings like that? So Amy, I'm getting that you get more sad at nighttime than you do during the day. During the day maybe are full of more distractions. So it's easier for you to not get swept up in things. Not that you don't have your moments, but I'm getting that you're more sad at night. This could also be when you do more creative things, is during the evening time. Maybe to kind of help cope with those things. Have you given him new fresh flowers lately? I know you guys do flowers sometime. If those are dying, I think he wants to see new flowers. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Amy. I think that he knows that that you feel that way. So I am getting a message, Amy, as well. So yeah, nighttime my creativity comes out to help me. Oh my god, I just bought him new flowers today. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so there's your acknowledgement there. Aw, how cute. Okay. Perfect. All right, so I feel like I have follow, align, and star. Is there something connected to you and him when it comes to like looking up at the night sky, or like a charm that's like in the shape of a star, or something along those lines? Because I have follow, align, star. Maybe a picture or a drawing with stars in it, anything like that? Shooketh. Okay. No, that's all right. Just like kind of keep that message, because sometimes I know that things aren't making sense. I also am like getting with that message as well that he is kind of, so you know how you have spirit guides and guardians that typically take the lead, they try to guide you, right? That's literally what it means, like taking the step ahead of you to try to guide you. I feel like right now he's saying he's behind you. I don't know if that makes much sense, but I feel like he's saying I'm letting you take the lead here. This could be due to your grief. Maybe you just have to process this a certain way. And he's saying, I don't want to influence that at all. I want you to do what you have to do. I'm not going to sit here and try to control your process. So he's like, I'm letting you take the lead on this. That's kind of another message that I'm getting. And then also the last message that I'm getting is that I feel like, Amy, you really want to see him in your dreams. I see dreams, meditate, and then I have the word fear and salvage as well. the only thing I can think of is my reading from my mediumship read when she told me what I meant to Eli is like I was a shooting star. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so I mean, there's a little bit of a connection there. That's interesting that she would word it that way. I don't remember. Did you tell me that or not? It doesn't sound familiar, but you might have told me. So the last thing is that I can see you're here trying to like salvage what you have left of him through seeing him in a dream. I feel like you're really looking, really looking. No, that's okay, Amy. You're really looking for that connection with him again. And I feel like in your heart of hearts, you feel like the only way to get that is through dreams. And I see here like you're just trying to like take every last bit of what you can get with him. So like that word salvage coming through. It also indicates that like I don't think you're scared to see him, because there is the word fear here, but maybe you're scared of not seeing him in your dreams. You're scared of him not coming through. But one of the big messages that I have that I'll leave you with is that he's saying, I can come to you, but you have to surrender. Like you have to let go of the expectation that I'm going to be there. Because if you're trying so hard to control if I'm going to show up or not, that makes it harder for me to actually do what I've got to do to come through for you. So you're scared of him not coming through. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I feel like he's saying, don't have any expectations. Don't hold on too tightly. Don't say to me at night anymore, like, please come to me in a dream, because he knows that you want to talk to him. And I feel like there's for him a time and a place. Just like when you get a mediumship reading, sometimes not only they don't always step forward the people that you want to hear from, other people might step forward just because like they don't have it's not their time to do that, and so he's going to come through to you when he's ready. But the main thing is that he needs you to not hold that expectation. Just let it happen, like you said. Just let it happen. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been trying to tell myself I can't force it. It will, Amy. It will. I have confidence that it's going to happen, and I think actually it might happen more than one time. To be completely honest with you, I think that you guys get to the point where you start having reoccurring dreams about him. Now, some of the dreams are going to really feel like it was him connecting with you, and some of the dreams might just be themed with him there, and you don't really feel like that was a direct contact, but you know that his energy was around. But some of them are going to feel very direct. And I think it can happen more than one time for you. But I think that now that you've kind of told him a couple of times you want him to come through in a dream, I think that he's very aware of that. He knows what your wish is, but we just have to surrender, because sometimes when we're trying really, really, really hard for something, it's like we're putting so much energy on that thing that thing can't happen. It's kind of like when people go do paranormal investigations, when they're really desperate for activity to happen, sometimes it won't. But when they're not ready, when their camera's not on or their mic is not on, and they're not really ready in that moment to capture something, that's when it happens. We see that evidence through so many things in life. When we finally let go of the desire to have a relationship with someone, when we're like, nope, we're done, I'm done dating, I'm not dating anyone anymore, poof, that's when your life partner appears. So we can't hold on to that. It makes it a lot easier for things to come through when there's not that attachment to the outcome, right? So, Amy, Angelica that's here, is this your bestie that you talk about sometimes? Oh, Angelica, she talks about you a lot. Philomena, are you here by chance? She speaks such nice things about you, Angelica. You offer really good advice and you're a really good friend to her. So you said, I did have another dream surrounding him. My mom came and told me that Eli's spirit is in Cambodia and he's like walking around over there in the streets. Amy, that's so crazy. And funny enough, my mom is going to Cambodia. Whoa, that's so cool. So I think maybe he could be telling me he could be accompanying my mom on her trip. Amy, that is 100% the type of intuition that I like to see from you. I like to see you connecting the dots like that. That's incredible. I love that for you. And I think that that's a great way to think of it, that he's using that discernment, that would mean that he's accompanying her on the trip. Absolutely. That's what I was thinking. Afterlife rituals for him. Very, very cool. Hey, Philomena, so you're next. What would you like to know? I have you on the list for a mini reading. Yeah, I've been trying to be more in touch with my gut and intuition. Awesome. You're welcome, Amy. Are you going to hang around for Angelica's reading? Hello? Amy, that sounds great. I actually need to make some dinner myself, but I have some things to reheat, so I'll probably just do leftovers. All right, this is for Philomena. How will the correction job go for me after I graduate? So Philomena, I have success and achievement. I have the world. So this is what you've been working for has been done essentially. Spirit is saying that it's a done deal for you. What comes next? I feel like this is a sense of accomplishment. Philomena, would it make sense that you have to travel for the job? Is the job local to you? Is it at a distance from you? I'm a little bit confused about the travel part, but they keep drawing my attention to that with the world. But this is indicating that you're expanding your horizons, you're feeling good physically and emotionally, with all that you've accomplished here, and the fact that you took the time to really go through and stick with something, kept your promises to yourself, is leading you to trusting yourself even more because you had a goal and you reached it. But I feel like this is going to open doors for you, Philomena, for even more opportunity, like past the correction job. This could be just basically a notch in your belt that leads you to something even greater. Philomena, I also have the Five of Pentacles. Are you going through, or are you worried about money with this job? Do you feel like it's not um, adequate income? Or have you been recently going through financial struggles that maybe you feel like this thing can change it around for you? I have here too that you're going to be really great at this job, Philomena, because you are going to do what's fair. You're a very fair and just person. You're very perceptive. You know when someone's bullshitting you. You have very keen insight, fair judgment, and you make the right calls. You make the right decisions. And so this talks about how you use your thought over your feeling. If you care for someone that you're like helping or assisting or, taking like handling is probably a good word. It's indicating that you're going to not let them influence you in the decisions you make. You're going to be able to see through and say, nope, this is the right call in this situation. You're really good and quick on your feet. You won't let someone else persuade you or influence you to do something that you don't feel is right. So this is giving very like Libra vibes. Very astute. Like I feel like you can look at a situation and know what the right decision is going to be or the right call to make is. But that doesn't mean that people don't like you either. I feel like this is indicating that there's a lot of respect that will be built because you know when it's time to have fun and also when it's time to be serious. I feel like with strength, you're very influential here. You're able to tame the beast. So if you're dealing with people who are very hostile or aggressive, I feel like you might be one of the only people that can talk someone down off a ledge or really put someone in their place, which is very interesting. You use your words to make this happen. It could be because you built a rapport over time, and because there's that level of respect, it's like there's that feeling of I don't want to disappoint this person, or I really like this person, so what they have to say to me matters, and they're referring to you when they say that. I also feel like there's going to be people who do what you do but feel like you're better at handling certain situations than them, so they're going to say, hey, I'm having trouble with this one person or this one situation, can you come help me, because I feel like you're going to be able to handle it better than I can. Does that make sense? So I feel like they're going to be like, oh, Bananas is going crazy over here, like whatever the nickname is. Like, can you come with me, because last time you were able to handle this really well, and I feel like I really need your help. Bananas is like, oh, like I like Philomena, I think she's great, like I respect her even though I'm fucking pissed right now. You can just calm this person down, if that makes sense. So I feel like you're just very influential. You have a very calm demeanor, so you're able to extend that past you. Calm, cool, and collected. I feel like that's a great description. And like I said, I feel like there's going to be other people who do what you do and who's going to want your help or assistance during a certain situation. You could probably get very seasoned over time as well. But for instance, if you're working on a shift with another correctional officer, for example, and something's getting out of hand, I feel like they're going to want to call on you. You know what I mean? I feel like they're going to want to call on you and ask for your help. Trying to think. I think that's all I'm picking up for you around this job. Okay, so some more messages that are coming through is, I feel like this is going to be a difficult job, Philomena. I feel like there's going to be a lot of taking work home with you. So there's this advice: get ahead of it. They're saying get ahead of it. Make sure that you are not like getting too depleted of your energy. You have to be on guard. You have to be mentally, physically, emotionally like invested in this job. When you're there, you have to show up 100%. You can't slack. So they're saying that as much as you can, try not to bring this work home with you. When you're home, relax, enjoy it, recharge, do whatever healing you have to do, whatever rest you have to take, whatever nourishment you need to ingest in your body, whatever disconnect you need to have, so that way you can show up with your A game 100% every single day that you go to work. That's going to be really important for you. Shit, you said 64 hours a fucking week. So it's a lot, right? I feel like it's very demanding of you. Now, Philomena, there was a message earlier. I know that you said that you left for half the reading, so you still have to catch up. But I had a message here with the 5 of Pentacles. Um, so I was asking about financial hardship, if you're going through that now and you feel like this job is going to be able to solve that problem for you, or if maybe you're worried because the money is not what you thought it was going to be. If neither of those apply, due to the fact that you said that you're going to be working a lot, it does indicate to me that there could be this social aspect that you feel like you're missing in your life because you're overworking yourself. You could feel like you're not able to engage with people in your personal life as much as you used to, because the time off that you do have, you need to put back into yourself. And so this could be like not being able to go to certain social events. You might be invited to things and wanting to do things and spending time with other people, um, but feel like you're not able to say yes and accept an RSVP to as much stuff as you were able to before. So this can give you this sense of feeling like you're on the outside, or that you're lacking, or that you're socially poor because you're not able to invest as much as you would like to. So this could indicate feeling like you're on the outside of other people's lives because you're putting your career first as a priority. But I remember doing readings for you saying that's what you need to do. Your career comes first right now. So that's just to be expected. Glad to hear the money is good. That's really important, especially for the line of work that you're getting yourself into. Um, do you feel like you were up against financial hardship now that you feel like this job is gonna be able to solve for you that issue, or do you feel like you've never really had money issues and you're okay? I'm trying to understand this feeling of lack. But like I said, it could just be feeling like you're not able to be as engaging socially as you'd like to. Okay, perfect. That makes me happy. Because you said that you were before, but since you started working, money has gotten better. That's great. Let's see. I'm actually going to dig into that just a little bit. I know that's not your question, but is this going to continue to improve for her? I am getting a yes, 6 of Cups. So I feel like the money is going to continue to improve for you. I feel like there's also a message here that you've learned from the past. There might have been some things, some shit, Philomena, that's incredible. There might have been some like sticky situations you put yourself in the past. I don't know, maybe you like maybe had like a credit card that you're like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad decision. Only spend the money that I have, not the money that I don't. Um, there's something here with the past when it comes to money. So the main message here is that you shouldn't be struggling anymore. No matter your experience that you've had up until this point is not something that is going to continue for you. Your experience is now changing. Yeah, you're just not going to have a life like before. Philomena, that money is insane. That is insane. I am so proud of you, and I am so happy for you. You worked hard. I know this is partly you, your call to action, and you deserve to pat yourself on the back, but that is also such a blessing. Um, and I'm just really, really happy to see that for you. Just make sure that you always use your vacation time, your vacation days. Make sure you use your time off wisely, because recharging is going to be important. You know, the money helps, but it's not everything. Even though it's important and it's up there, you want to make sure that you're also replenishing yourself as well. And what good is the money if you can't have fun and spend it? You know what I mean? So just make sure that you're using your vacation time, using your time off wisely. Exactly. That's Philomena. That's literally the message that I got. I don't know if you've read, like, listened to the whole thing, but I was like, don't. I was like, you're gonna have the tendency to take work home with you. Don't do it. Don't do it because you have to show up. You have to be on your A game. Don't take work home. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that part, but I did say that too. It's just very, very important that you cherish the time off that you have when you have it. Starting with the drive home from work, you know, like make that an intentional time for yourself where you listen to amazing music or listen to a really inspirational podcast. Um, like start it from the second that you leave there. Do some type of ritual for yourself where you disconnect. It's very important for your mental and physical well-being. So the last person on the list is Angelica. Angelica, if you're here, please check in with me. I'm going to go ahead and get shuffling for you because I do have your question. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Amy, if you're still in here, if you can tell Angelica that I'm shuffling for her reading as well. Oh, hey, hey girl, hey girl. Philomena, thank you so much. I will see you next time, okay? All right, last reading of the night. All right, in depth. I recently met a young lady, Vanessa, Aquarius 29, has disclosed to me she's autistic. If that offers me insights, I don't know how to approach this new dynamic. Okay. So Angelica, you said young lady. Does that mean that she's a lot younger than you? Or is that just how you're referencing her? Okay. Referencing her. All right. Let's see. Thank you guys for joining us. Feel free to hang out and watch if you'd like. Hang out with me like a podcast, as Amy likes to say. But we are wrapping on our readings for the night. This is the last one of the evening. All right, how should she approach this new dynamic with Vanessa, please? How should she approach this new dynamic with Vanessa, please? All right, so I'm not necessarily getting that there's a block in this connection, Angelica. I have the Two of Cups and the Lovers right now. That's making me feel like this is good, this is free, this is clear. I don't know if the autism has some type of like hold on you. Maybe it's like an unfamiliar territory. So you can offer insight if you'd like to reference that with me. But I 100% feel that no matter what's going on with someone, that can just offer and elevate and expand their depth of love and their ability to love or have a relationship with someone. Because there could be those quirks, but I feel like that person, Vanessa, she desires love just as much as you do. I see here that there is a lot of compatibility. Um, Asking as far as like how do you approach the dynamic is just how you normally would, Angelica. You're coming through as the Page of Pentacles. So this indicates to me that you're somebody who offers like great inspiration. You're quick-witted, you can think on your feet and offer really good advice. You're a very responsible, creative, nurturing presence. And I feel like and from understanding as well. Um, you said you have an autistic partner, so not new territory. Okay, that's good. So this is wait, so is your partner Vanessa, or is this someone that I'm so confused. So are you currently in a relationship with someone and that's not Vanessa? Got you, got you. Okay. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that you're not questioning because I wanted to like make sure that you knew that like it can be the same. That they're gonna have, their quirks and whatever. But I feel like it's the same all around. Vanessa is just as like, wanting love as much as you do. And I feel like you guys have really good compatibility. Okay, so there's actually a message that's coming in. If you're looking for, so if you're in like an open relationship, I feel like this connection with Vanessa might make you realize that you don't have as strong of a connection as the current partner that you've currently got going on right now. Not saying that you're going to leave this current partner or anything like that, but I feel like there's just something very strong here. For the Two of Cups and the Lovers to come out as the second and third cards, that's really indicating a lot of compatibility with this person. And the way that you should approach this person in this situation is just with just being divinely who you are. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change any aspect of yourself. I would just be who you are. Now, let's see. Did you meet this person on a like for example, did you meet them on an app where you're saying I'm in an open relationship and I'm looking for people who are interested in being with someone who's in an open relationship or not? Or does this person know that you're currently involved with someone else? How should she approach this new dynamic? Okay. Okay, so they are saying you did put that info in your butt. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure that she knew, because for whatever reason, Spirit was like, make sure she knows, make sure she knows. It's really important. Okay, so Page of Swords is here, and that indicates that you're gonna want to handle this with like kid gloves. I don't know. I don't know if Vanessa's like okay with an open relationship but never really been involved in one before. You might have to walk her through this. You discuss your partners. Perfect. Did she say that she's new to this? Did she say she's like a novice, like she's, or has she had open relationships before? For some reason she's coming through as the Page of Swords. That's indicating to me that it feels like this is new territory for her. And I remember picking up on the new territory thing before. So yeah, I'm just curious about that. But as far as like your approach, Spirit is saying to just be vigilant, be very aware, be very responsive to her. I think that this is going to require she's going to need a lot of encouragement. I feel she's going to need a lot of reassurance. That's the type of person that she is. I think that the stronger that the connection grows, the more the more yeah, the more of a bond or strengthen the connection that you guys get over time, I think this will lessen more and more. But it is showing that she's gonna need that patience, that understanding. She might need that reassurance or encouragement from you as well. Um, let's see. I think with the Page of Swords, she's coming through as someone who's still very curious about you. She wants to know more about you. She wants to just hear all of the just basically everything you have to say. I feel like she's hanging on your every word. I think she really likes having conversation with you. She likes hearing from you. I think you can brighten her day when she talks to you. Um, I think honestly, this might be getting her. You are so confident. You're coming through as like a very confident person in your relationships. You know who you are. You know what you want. Um, you know what you're looking for, and I feel like I feel like that could be very inspiring to her because maybe she's not as much. There's like this feeling of like newness or novelty. It's not novelty. It's like a novice feeling of basically her feeling like she's not as experienced as you or this is just very new. And so if she has had a open relationship before, it's making me feel like it's still not something that she's super familiar with. And your confidence in this, and you being like, no, this is what I want, being very assertive and like just knowing what it is you want, knowing what you're looking for, knowing what you're interested in is going to be very inspiring to her to get more comfortable with herself. Um, you said the open relationships have been long distance. You're a certified yapper. I love it. So I feel like just take the lead. That's what I'm hearing as far as this new dynamic. Take the lead. Be the person to guide her through this. Um, answer any questions she may have. Um, I feel like it's gonna require kind of you being two people at once, taking the lead, but also letting her navigate through this. Like once you've taken the lead, then we also have to respect her boundaries and let her navigate through this. So it's kind of like going to require you being two different people where you take the lead on certain things, but you also allow her to take the lead as far as like how comfortable she is. Does that make sense? But I think that she's open to it. I think, yeah, you can ask yes, no, Angelica, absolutely. And I think you are inspiring her as well. Oh, I love this question. This is so unique. I don't get many questions like this, and I really feel like it's helping me tap into another area of intuition, which is really cool. So yeah, Angelica, go ahead and ask your yes and no. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see. Should she text her tonight? Should she text her tonight? They're saying if you haven't already talked to her today, go for it. So if you guys haven't had communication today, she wants to hear from you. I think that she'd want to hear from you either way, even if you guys have already talked. But I think that Spirit is saying if you haven't already, go for it. Go for it tonight. Should she text her tomorrow? All right, both days look good. I think that if you feel called to text her tonight, I think she'd be completely open to it. 10 of Cups. So this means that she'd be very happy to hear from you. I'm asking the pendulum. I get an immediate yes for tonight. As far as tomorrow, I'm getting a no. So I think that it's better not to wait. That's better not to wait. That's my advice. You're arranging the flowers. You said it feels so high school to ask. Full send, girl. Full send. Better not to wait. Have you talked to her today at all? I'm just curious why that message came through. Yeah. Yeah, girl. Don't wait. Send her a message. She wants to hear from you. You're just very chill, Angelica. I feel like you're just like, oh, why am I getting like Bob Marley vibes? Just like, don't worry, be happy kind of thing. Um, and I feel like this girl's a little bit more she just I don't know, I feel like she's more anxious maybe. Maybe she's like yeah, I don't know. You're just, but actually, that's like opposites attract, right? I'm more of the anxious. Granted, my husband's very anxious, but I'm more of like the very expressive anxious, and he's more like the keep it inside and don't let anyone know that you're freaking out kind of vibe. And that's kind of like the dynamic I'm getting for you guys. Oh, yeah. I think it's important she knows that you're an open book. Um, I think that and also keep in mind too, she might be talking to other people as well. Um, her phone could have notified her of the message and maybe she saw it and forgot to get back or whatever. Um, so like just keep that in mind. I don't think that that was a complete rejection personally. I relate to your husband a lot. No one must know. Yeah, he's he's not an open book. Like I literally have to pull information out of him. And being with me over the years, he's very he's definitely opened up more, but he's still that way. And I think he's only open with me. I think that if someone else was like, "Are you okay, man?" He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm fine," even though he's like dying inside. Um, he's got a lot of pride. He's got that natural Leo placement in his star, in his sun. So he likes to handle things on his own. He doesn't like to talk about it. But I appreciate that because I like privacy as well. Um Angelica deals with my expressive anxious mode. I'm aware she'll be talking to others and off her phone a lot. Yeah, exactly. But Angelica, why not? Send her a message tonight. Are you on the East Coast? I'm just wondering. I'm just being nosy because I'm thinking it's like 11 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock here. Okay, so you and Amy live, well, I call her Amy, but you and Amy live together, or not together, what am I saying? Live close to each other? Yeah, not too far. Yeah, I was like, is it kind of late? But no, I don't think it's too late to message her. I think it'll be totally fine. Now, she may not get back to you till tomorrow, but I'm getting like joy. I see because the 10 of cups, it has like a rainbow in it, and people are like dancing and celebrating, and it talks about like happiness and cheer and like a message being well received. So no matter when she gets it, whether that's today or tomorrow, I do feel like it's something she's gonna put a smile on her face. I think she'll be happy to hear from you. And Angelica, you'll have to come back. Even if you don't get a reading, you'll have to come back and keep me posted on how things are going with you two. especially with the Two of Cups and the Lovers. It just feels like a perfect match, like a other half type of vibe. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the night. It was nice seeing you, talking to you, doing readings for you. I'm hungry. It's late, and I need to eat something. All right, guys. Have a great night, and I will see you next time. Be on the lookout for me possibly tomorrow. I will post a story on my Instagram if I'm going to go live, okay? So that way that will give you guys advance notice. If I'm going live, I will post it in my story on Instagram. If not, it might not be till Monday. We're usually really busy. People are on YouTube a lot on Sundays, so I really make it a priority to be here on Sundays. But this is Brennan's last Sunday off before he starts working night shift, so I might want to just take it and spend it with him. So we'll see. We'll see how things go, but I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Yeah, I'm making a burrito bowl, so it's gonna be good. Bye, Amy. Bye, everyone else. Have a good night.